It's your boy Chicago King Dave, man. You're now tuned in to No Cap. I got my host, Ball, Skrill, our special guest, DJ V-Dubb, and to the right of me, man, we got Steve from Exclusive. First of all, I want to start the show off with saying rest in peace to Virgil, man. We lost a big part of Chicago fashion world, yesterday. He lost his life to cancer, so definitely sending my prayers and condolences to his family and so forth, Also, we got another tragedy that happened, 2 weeks ago, last week, rest in peace to Young Dolph as well, you know what I'm saying? He lost his life to gun violence, something that's big in Chicago, you know what I'm saying? And I want to speak a little bit on that, as far as like the gun violence and stuff like that. Like, what do y'all think about like the Young Dolph killing and things like that? V-Dubb.
It's pretty deep. I think we just don't realize sometimes that this is just another addition to black entertainment. Mm-hmm. It really comes down to the fact that we've been entertaining white folks since we were slaves.
Correct.
And we still doing it through rap. Right. And then everything that comes with it is always amongst us because we don't own anything. So, you got rappers that, what comes with rap now is jealousy, money, greed, fake friends, envy. That's all a part of you as the entertainer. But the people who own it don't have no problem with y'all.
Yeah, they're not looking over their shoulder or nothing.
So, to speak on it, you have to go all kind of crazy.
D, man, do y'all think that it could have been prevented if he had security or just he wasn't even in his hometown? Because it's kind of hard to be a rapper in your hometown nowadays.
Me personally, I hate to speak on what you got to try to do to stay alive.
Right. Yeah. True.
You know what I'm saying? So and then because being born and raised in Chicago, we constantly talk like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You got to move different. You can't stay here no more. You shouldn't have. You got to move to the far, far, far west suburbs. You got to do this. We always talking about prevention of dying, when we shouldn't even have to. That shouldn't be a discussion. You know what I'm saying? Because we shouldn't be taking each other's life over no entertainment.
Then it's tripped out also, I've been watching YouTube, social media a lot, and I was just seeing how, the kids, they getting a lot of clout off acting like they the ones responsible for the murder of Young Dolph. And I just was looking at what have the world come to where, you want to be known for killing Young Dolph and knowing that you didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what has social media done to people that's making them do these things?
People are just desperate for clout. That's all it is. People, they get that attention and it's like a natural high and they feed off it. So they just they'll do whatever and say whatever just to get that attention and run with it.
Yeah, social media is like the whole vessel for it.
Right, it's the new stage.
Yeah, it is
It's the new stage.
You talking about people who maybe never had nothing before, and I grew up. You had to make friends the old school way. You know what I'm saying? As shorties on up, we was ringing doorbells and all that. Now people think they got friends on people they ain't met. That's my boy. You know what I'm saying? So I think social media is a big part of it.
So DJ V-Dubb, you speak a lot about bringing structure back. Do you feel like if things were structured the way they used to be back in the day, that the music game would be a lot different, or the streets just period would be different?
Well, no, the music game won't be no different for me. I'm real negative on it. You know what I'm saying? Black folks in entertainment been getting screwed since the first record label signed.
The business.
Yeah, it's not going to change. Right. It's not set up for the black entertainer to become the distributor. It's not set up for that, you know what I mean? So I don't think nothing's gonna change there, but bringing back structure would have to start in your home.
What do you feel about that, Steve?
You got QC, I can't say all the entertainment is, I feel like there's certain cities that are picking up on it, but QC is definitely the one that, is setting the tone, because, but hopefully, other cities could pick up on it, like Chicago, New York, LA, because right now it's you get popping and then, we're going to LA or we're going to New York, and then they're gonna just forget everything and everybody here and just transition over there.
Cause I mean, like Master P was like one of the pioneers, right?
Until he decided to make a record pressing plant. Right. And then he stepped on the white folks' toes.
Yeah, he stepped on the white.
So QC has got a glass ceiling. Right. Don't play with it. It's the truth. Just say it. They got a glass ceiling, man. You know.
I got a question for you, V-Dubb, specifically. You have the actual slogan for Bring Back Structure.
Yeah.
Can you expand on like the different kind or how many meanings behind that actual slogan,
Well,
Bring Back Structure?
Me and my partner that started Nation Business years ago, same partner, we took basically a hashtag that I've been using on anything that I posted with my son.
Okay.
You know, I do a lot with my kids, obviously, but just me pushing the trades and pushing family life and believing in some kind of God, higher power and everything.
Our culture bringing back structure is always associated with gang banging. You know what I'm saying?
I took Nation Business as a gang affiliated cliche, and I made it a mixtape brand.
Yeah.
You know, so now we're taking Bring Back Structure, but that really don't have to per se be with the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like I grew up with laws and policies and all that kind of stuff, and they still there. You know what I mean? And most of these young folks, they meet their dads when they get to the penitentiary, and they find out they gotta fall right back into these laws and policies. You know what I'm saying? So
Kind of like that slogan, what PPP, the 5 Ps, proper preparation. I've been saying that. Yeah, I've been saying that a lot as a trending thing, like even on social media. You know what I'm saying?
We want it to be action. You know what I mean? But everything go back to the home with us, man. Like we can probably count on one hand how many rappers coming out of a 2-parent household.
Yeah.
Okay, the average young black kid who comes to rap, broken family, maybe the old man in the joint, the mom's still young, she's still in the club, this, that, and the third. Yeah. There is no structure there, you know what I'm saying? So you got people growing up, and they're growing up in rap thinking that they're learning manhood.
Okay.
And they're not. So I'm trying to say bring back structure like to the base. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna create, y'all need to figure it out. We got to stay together. If you're not gonna stay together, I need 100% out of this woman, 100% out of this man to make sure this seed is raised right. And real bring back structure would mean living by example.
I like that.
You know, I had a teacher tell me one time at what do you call it when they come in for the grades? You know, parent teachers, yeah, whatever it's called. She was like, parents come in, the mom with the son, they ain't together. The dad come in, his pants sagging. Now she got to sit down. What is this teacher about to tell the dad about his son? And his pants sagging too. It ain't really too much. What's this conversation gonna be about? You know what I'm saying? Like, what exactly we gonna talk about here?
And I got a good question, like for Steve, like you've been an example in the community for a while with the giving back turkeys. You know what I'm saying, which is real big. You know what I'm saying? Could you tell me like what made you start that?
I always gave back different ways. You know, I gave back with lyrical, with toy drives, back to school, turkey drives, coats for the homeless. I got inspired from the turkey drive actually from Fatal. He had an event in Englewood. Yeah, so I always give him his credit. You know, that's my guy right there. He started in like 2012. He did an event in Englewood, like the community center. So I think I donated that year like 100 turkeys, because turkeys back then were cheap. So I think it was like $8, $9. It was like $1,000 with delivery. But I just seen like, man, I went there and I seen how the people like,
I made the community feel.
yeah, like it was just like, man, it was just like peaceful and loving, like, you know, like something you really don't see that they don't shed light on over there. So that's what inspired me, like, man. Like.
So, because people don't understand the power of giving back. It really, you know what I'm saying, uplifts you. You know what I'm saying? Like when you leave from donating or, you know what I'm saying, bringing a smile to somebody's face or family, like that make you feel good.
Well, it's really big because of how much we take.
Exactly.
That's why it's big.
Exactly.
It's like the lotto.
Exactly.
Giving back is like the lotto because all we as a culture, we constantly take it from each other, from the street level on up to politics. We just take it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you touched on the turkey drive, right? I got So it's a narrative. It's funny as hell, but I need you to expand and touch on it for the people about the narrative about how turkey drives. You know, they ask, oh, how do homeless people cook turkeys, blah, blah. A lot of people don't understand that those turkeys go to like families and more than, you know, a lot. No, so since you are actually one of those people that do that, can you kind of like expand on like turkeys are not just stood out like New Jack City given to homeless people type of thing, you know?
But I just saw Kevin Gates say that recently, yesterday.
Yeah,
because
it's
people
like,
was getting on him about
they
not
don't
giving out turkeys. You know what I'm saying? And he was like,
but that was his
why would I
defense
give a homeless
mechanism.
person a turkey? But you really giving them to families
That's what I'm
that
saying.
don't have the
Like you
$25,
personally,
$20
you
that
not,
a turkey
you know,
costs.
that's why I'm asking, because he was in it. So it's like you not sitting there giving 1,000 turkeys out to 1,000 homeless people.
No,
of course,
yeah,
right?
of course. Well, that's why, like I said, I do other charity work as well. With the turkey drive, like, especially with this year, there was a shortage on turkeys and the price of meat, like, doubled. Like, if I was buying, like, the money I raised this year, I could probably brought years ago, like, 7,000, 8,000 turkeys. Yeah, like, I could show you invoices, like.
I think they're like $20.
No, hell no, $30, $40. Yeah. 20, 30, no, they were $30, $40, yeah. So everything was way higher, and then like the cost of me renting trucks, everything was like, it was way more expensive, yeah. Security. No, but you know what, honestly, thank God, a lot of people volunteer. They genuinely volunteer, organically. It's like, so it's not like I gotta sit here and hire cops or hire security. Like people are like, yo, Steve, what do you need us to do? And then I run the play like, just like, okay, you here, and just go crazy. And this year I did it citywide, which was like really hard to do.
I just wanted that narrative out there real quick. So we, you know, a lot of people didn't understand it. Like they go to a bigger cause than just.
You know something that I really do like about your turkey drive is how everybody comes together, how you able to even bring Herb out. It's hard for him to come home, you know what I'm saying? But security be on point for him, Dirk can come and he can be there, and it never be no bull crap when Steve involved, you know what I'm saying? But if I was to bring them there, it'd probably be 100 shots, a shootout, something bound to happen.
You know, I always try to get them involved over the years, even early on before a lot of them blew up. And a lot of times, you'd be surprised, a lot of places don't want to involve them. So I would talk to schools or certain places, organizations, and be like, yeah, you know, it's too high risk. We can't do it, Steve. It's a liability. If we have him there and then somebody gets shot, so we'd rather him not come or we'd rather him not promote it. And I just try to like, look, you know, these guys impact the youth. So you never know like how it changes. Like people from all over the world will hit me up like, man, like you inspire me to do good and, you know, I want to help. I love, you know, seeing what you do. So I try to like show like there is positivity, even with these guys. Like they're not all just about getting high and sleeping with women or shooting guns. Like, no, they do care and they do want to help out. But it sucks because, like I said, sometimes even, like I said, the schools, the churches, whatever organization, they're like, yeah, no, we'll pass. No, we don't want them to be a part of it, or we can't have them show up, please. I'm like, damn.
Right, instead of taking a chance, but these are the same people that criticize you every day. You know what I'm saying? Like these, like they be tough. You know what I'm saying? So what's the motivation for them to change? It's like, you know.
They got to start somewhere.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, most definitely. I always wanted to know, Steve, for you, right? Because, you know, like me and you, V-Dubb, we deal with a lot of the artists. Me being a black man, if I deal with this certain side don't deal with me. You are able to be versatile and deal with each and every side. How's it being Steve from Exclusive? Being able to deal with everybody.
Because first things first, I always treat everybody with respect and love, regardless if they were on or not on. You know, if they're from this side, that side. Like I always gave everybody a chance, and they know that. Like I could sit here and tell you all of them at one point or another. I always gave them a chance, and I try to push to them the bigger picture. Like, look, guys, like let's all work together. We all could. Let's make money and get the fuck up out of here. Like you're not trying to hustle your whole life and then be on the block gangbanging or selling drugs. Like you obviously want the finer things in life, but you gotta like, you know, work for it.
Because I was in your store one time, so I actually witnessed this one time. I was in the store, another artist was there, another artist from this side came, and literally just off of Steve, not here, they literally got back in their car and drove
Yeah,
off.
it happened plenty of times. I got stories for days where guys could have got shot. It would have been a world star, you know, fucking, you know, viral thing. But no, thank God, like I stopped a lot. Like I really did.
So, Steve, did you grow up in Chicago?
Yeah, no, I grew up on the South Side. I lived by Marquette Park most of my life and by Fort City Mall growing up. Yeah. For me, I dropped out of school at 15. So I started working at a wholesale like on 47th in Springfield near Cicero. And then I came to 61st and King Drive at like 15, 16. So I worked on King Drive for like 2 years back when the Calumet Buildings was there. And then I worked on 63rd and Laughlin. And then after that, I left Chicago. I went to Minnesota for about like 7 years, working in the tobacco store, you know, like white, rich suburb. And my dad had Fed time at that time. So my dad was in jail. So I kind of I was waiting for him to get out of jail to give him my business that I had in Minnesota so I could just jump back out here. Because a lot of my guys I went to school with, they were doing good, you know, in Chicago. They all had businesses throughout the city that were successful. And that's when I came back to 87th. And once I came on 87th, I already had like the business structure from, you know, Minnesota. But then again, I worked early on, you know what I'm saying, in the hood. So I knew how to like balance both. But I always treated everybody, you know, like with love and respect. And that's one thing, like, you know, they know that. Like, I didn't care who you were. If you're a millionaire, you could be a fucking bum, you could be whatever. Like, I'm gonna treat you how I want to be treated. And that's how I became successful. And that's what made me a brand on the South Side.
So being so hands-on and putting in so much legwork with this culture, because culture to me is a lifestyle, it's not ethnicity, race thing, but being so deep in this culture and doing so much hands-on personally that a lot of people know, I want to know, what actually is your actual ethnicity?
I'm half Greek and Palestinian.
Okay, I was thinking Palestinian,
Yeah.
half Greek, Okay, that's dope.
And I got a double-ended question. So what's the hardest part about being an entrepreneur, one, and then successful in Chicago, two?
You know, Chicago comes with a lot of hate. That's what anything. I mean, I could talk to Dave about the clothing game. I could talk to V-Dubb about the DJ game. There's a lot of hate, and we don't uplift each other. It's like they like want to sneak this or, you know, undercut him, and that's why, like, Chicago as a whole, it's fucked up. You know, it really is, because if you look at these other cities, like if I want to book an artist from anywhere else, they're going to be like double or triple of what the guys are here, because of how they have their system structured. You know, they're all helping each other. They all set the bar, and that's how they get the money. And then with us, it's just, you know, it's a cutthroat business. Like I said, all over the whole city, I promise you, it is.
No, I know personally, I agree.
What about you, V-Dubb?
You know, the DJ game has always been competitive. I mean, it was way worse back in, you know, I've been DJing over 30, since 1985. Yeah, so it was.
With Terry Hunter.
Yeah, it was only a handful. It was like 10 DJs that made Chicago. That was it. You know what I'm saying? Me, Ferris, the Terry Hunters, Twilight Tone. I mean, I can't go on and on, you know, but it was always competitive, you know what I mean? But then it was, you were proven by night after night at the club and the actual party goer talking to the promoter and letting them know how hot you are. So it was a different type of competition. It wasn't I had lots of hate, you know, in particular from one or two DJs, which made me more competitive.
Which DJ?
Oh, me and Ferris was like this for many, many years. You know, that's my man.
No
100
cap,
grand.
no cap.
No
That's
cap
what the
with
show
that.
about. No
when
cap.
I came into the picture, the kitchen got extremely hot, and it was like, damn, where'd he come from? And I ain't going nowhere. And, you know what I mean? And then,
that competition
yeah. Well, so you gotta understand, like, you know, because nobody in this room really understands that house music had a chokehold on Chicago. Wasn't no rap, nothing happening around here. You know what I'm saying?
House
It was
music,
house.
cassette tapes.
You know what I'm saying? No.
Nah.
Harold
Beat
Washington,
that bitch with a bat.
Harold Melvin and Blue Notes. I'm talking about all the way back.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
You know, but so we were replaying music from the 70s that our parents listened to. That's what was going on in high school. So y'all probably heard stories of like a high school called Mendel.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that like high school parties was big. Like so.
Tell me, how was them parties then? Sweaty, hot, musty?
Men and women danced all night long.
Ain't
That's
like
all I
you
can
get
say.
up on the wall,
All right?
like-
None of that, baby. We wasn't doing none of that, G.
Okay, what he worth?
What none of that.
What he worth? Yeah.
You ain't had no cell phone, and if you was gonna get shorty number, you was gonna prove that on that dance floor. You know what I'm saying? Because what you did on that dance floor proved what you was gonna do later on. So if you couldn't do that, you wasn't getting neither.
At the time, like you spoke on DJ Ferris, was it because because you had just came into the DJ game, or
no,
did it have something to do with y'all was from different neighborhoods, gangs, or?
No. So me and Ferris both house music DJs, and we pretty much were the first two to start playing hip hop when everybody else kept playing house. So we took kind of a chance and a risk, and but you gotta understand, like I think the both of us always wanted to just be DJs. It didn't matter what music we were playing. We always wanted to be DJs.
I wanted to just keep the club rocking.
I mean, it was all about the club. It was about,
House party.
It was, yeah, man. So it wasn't really like, it was like we just wanted to DJ. I enjoyed DJing, you know what I mean? And it just got to a point where it was very competitive. We both was doing our thing, and it just kept going. And, it used to get real crazy. But I'm here.
Hold on. So is it a brand that's sitting next to your brand that you feel like that was competitive, or?
EXCLUSIVE773 was originally just a screen name. That's what it was. It was my screen name in 2009 for fucking PlayStation 2,
wow.
for Twitter.
Right.
It was never like the store name. Yeah, it was never the brand. It's just, when Instagram kicked off and all that. So I just wanted the same screen name. And then when I started doing like charity work and concerts, people are like, man, you need a logo. And
I'm taking this right here.
yeah, so the guy who made my logo actually made like Keith's mixtape, Dirk's, his name's Eric. So Remain 3K, like he's got so much behind him. Yeah, but he made actually my logo. And then it's crazy because stores even outside of Chicago start opening up, like EXCLUSIVE973 and Exclusive, 414 or 502, and I'm like, damn, what the fuck? Like,
That's facts.
yeah. But no, I had competition, but the problem is with the competition I would have in the clothing game, it's more of a personal like reference. It's not about money, because the company, you would think like, okay, if you want something, you could buy it. It doesn't work like that. It works like, okay, how many stores do you have? Who do you know?
Right.
That's how it works. Yeah. So when they would be like, oh, don't sell to Steve, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna hit this guy out from over here. I'm gonna get it from anybody because I'm gonna pay him extra just to piss him the fuck off. But yeah, no, I used to get blackballed all the time, especially from the shop. Like they would go out of their way, like, yeah. No, they would, and it was so crazy because
Steve get blackballed? Can't believe it.
no, they did, but
Shop 147.
yeah, they did, and it was crazy because at one point they really wanted to team up with us. They because at that time, we were dominant with the electronic side and the tobacco and cell phone. Like whatever I put my mind to, I go, full throttle. So once I started learning the clothing game, like I was just like, man, like a quick flip. I wasn't trying to hit nobody over the head. Like if I know I could replace it, I'm like, man, I don't give a fuck. I'll make $10, I'm happy. And these guys were like making, 50 or 100 per piece. So they were like, man, we gotta stop Steve because, he gonna fuck it up for us.
Some years ago, you actually told me that if you can sell 1,000 pieces at $100, at $10, and instead of getting like a few pieces and getting just 100 for them, you're gonna come out better and last longer.
Yeah.
You told me that probably like 5 years ago.
I always believed in like high volume, low margin. Yeah, that's it. Because it was like a win-win because the sales reps are gonna be like, okay, this guy's buying in bulk, and then the customer's gonna be like, damn, Steve's really looking out. Like, everybody else wants this much. He's charging. Yeah.
And they're gonna bring somebody with them.
Exactly. That's yeah.
I'm always with the flip, man.
Yeah.
Flipware,
So that's how it worked out for me.
So V-Dubb, how was it working with Bump J? That's one of my favorite artists, and used to work with him and Slap Polaroid. So how was that at that time?
It was just real. It was real cool. That's all I can say it. Like in a way that nothing about the whole situation was ever planned.
Right.
So it was like, I think I can remember. I was doing Dragon Room on Saturday nights for Rob and Shane. I think when the guy who came in there with a record on Bump, something, I played it, and then I just kind of was like, yo, he hot. And like I wasn't the first DJ that was a part of that, but when I got to it, I just kind of blew it out the water because I was doing something in a slick way. At my radio station, WGCI, I always wanted artists to be in my mix. So because they had all these rules and regulations and corporate station, my little slick thing I do is I would put artists on instrumentals.
On the drop, right? You used to do
Well,
the drop.
instrumentals, yeah. I put them on the instrumental. They either do the intro, or I just give them. They do 2 verses, and I go back to the original artist. Either way, you getting played on the radio, and everybody hear you. So me and Bump, I kept feeding them instrumentals, and it just got out of hand. Like it got nuts. And I was kind of always a risk taker, so I was always like, we got to, always say something about the street. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you listen to my mix and, every gang in the city be mentioned. Right. My thing was, let's play it and see if I get in trouble later.
Did you ever get in conflict?
No.
No?
No. I done played some stuff on GCI that named every gang set, streets.
Nobody else?
Yeah, nobody, no. Man, most of the stuff was exclusive because they would say my name. So it got to a point where he got so much publicity because I would take the same freestyles. And it was like JoJo Capone, Global Gangsters was doing stuff for me. A bunch of people, Leoski D used to go crazy. Yeah. So
Broadway.
Yeah, bro, yeah. But then I was playing it in the club. So now the club was like we want to hear Bump version. We want to hear Global Gangsters version. We want to hear, you know what I'm saying? So what up, foes? What up, Moes? What up, Lords? What up, Gangs? We didn't want to hear the 50 Cent no more. And I never forget. I went to the station, turned in my mix. And A&R from Atlantic was there. What was his name? Man, I can't think of his name. A little short dude. He's like, what's up? You Vaughn, V-Dubb? I said, yeah. He's like, yeah, I'm from Atlantic. I'm the A&R, I just met with Bump. So, I went into my Bump mode like, man, y'all need to get up with him. He got like 200-300 songs. He's like, I haven't heard none of them songs. Mm-hmm. He's like, but I do want to hear this freestyle he did over Jay-Z December 4th. That they say you keep playing. I was like, what? So I was like, okay, I found it on CD, I played it. You know what I'm saying? He was just nodding his head, wasn't even saying nothing. She's like, a week later, Bump and Shay called me from New York. Sign, we did it. I'm like, what? I'm like, so like he told me, he's like, man, we hear more about Bump. So it ain't about no music. Because remember, Bump got a record deal with no record on the radio.
Yeah.
People don't understand. Move Around was the first record that actually was a record single that played on the radio. He got a deal off of freestyles.
Yeah,
that's true. Real talk. It was crazy, man. $1 million deal off freestyle.
What do you think that Bump had did to even get that type of buzz?
Included the whole city, man. You know what I'm saying? The GDs was on board, the BDs, Foes, the Moes, Lords, SDs, Kings. Everybody was on board. So it was like it was similar. You know what? Because maybe some of y'all, I don't know how old y'all, but then later on, it was similar. We did it again with LEP.
Right. Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Whole city was on board. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? So it was kind of one of them things. So it just all worked together. You know what I mean? By the time LEP came around, and that's actually when I created Nation Business.
And don't they give you the same feeling when you help people make it? Like that's the equivalent, like you donating. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
You be that when you that connect. You like, I know what I'm doing is making a way for everybody else.
Yeah, but for me, it was I was just excited about the artists and the music. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So because I wasn't doing it for no accolades and nothing. I was like, I just love the street side of the music. Mm-hmm. So I was just always pushing all those artists, and people kind of attributed that to me. Like, I like backpack stuff too, but people was always like, V-Dubb, give him that street. You know what I'm saying?
Tell me this. At that time, where was the special place that people used to drop the music off? Because I remember
everybody
those times.
know that. Yeah. Man, they came to my mama's crib.
Where? In the back porch?
The back porch, the back landing. Like sometimes you go out there, it'd be like such and such CD, they write on it. It'd be like 3-4 CDs lined up, waiting to get in the mix. Or they was giving it to me through the front window. You know what I'm saying?
I remember going through that gate. See, I remember,
yeah.
I used to go through there, give them less music, Broadway music, all type of artists. Man, you going to
I'll
V-Dubb?
like,
I'm going to go see V-Dubb.
Tonight, you
Drop
be
music
home.
off.
What was your process of picking?
No, like a lot of these stuff. No, ain't nobody paid me. No.
What was your process?
Oh no, I'm the dude who created the No Payola movement.
No payola.
Everybody in Chicago that played on GCI through me has never paid a dime. I don't take no money.
I can verify that.
I don't take no money. Ain't no other DJ in Chicago doing that. That's on record. Period.
So tell me, what was your, like, what was the reason behind that? Like, what was the reason behind you? Like, I don't want to get paid.
Because what happened, Rest in peace to Dwayne Holmes. I don't know if y'all remember that name. He used to work records. He passed about six years ago. Back in the day, little did I know, Dwayne Holmes was bringing the music director for GCI. Her name was Carla Boatner. He was bringing her to Velocity on Sunday night. And if you ever went to Velocity on Sunday night, that demonstration was like Sodom and Gomorrah with music. You feel me? It was crazy. He was bringing her there because Mike Love and Craig Morton, SEMO, was always talking to Elroy at the time about me. Like, we need to have him on the radio. So when Power 92 came, Ferris and Bulu left, it opened up a big old door at GCI, like they needed somebody. And they put some people on and it didn't work out. But for me, it was like her being in the corner of that club, me not knowing, Chicago put me on the radio. Because that crowd didn't know she was there when she was there. Wasn't nobody acting, having a good time because she was there. It's like, he's sending this thing up every damn Sunday night. Dragon Room this, Void on Thursday, anywhere it was. So I'm like, Chicago put me on the radio. You know what I mean? So I was like, the way I got to give back is to push Chicago on the radio. And once I got on and I saw what the system was like and what had been going on for years and continue to go on, I'm like, I'm going to be the asshole. I'm playing all this shit for free.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, how are we going to climb the ladder? It's like, if I got to pay you all the time, it's like you took 6 steps up the ladder and then I'm at the top talking about I need this. It just made you drop down 3.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then the crazy part about that with me is that people playing garbage, they paying to play garbage.
Exactly.
So you taking the spot of somebody who hot. So my thing is like, cause look, at the end of the day, when a new Drake dropped, Gucci and this, that, third, pretty much every DJ on radio across the country is breaking their neck to do what? Play it. And ain't getting a dime from OVO. Ain't getting a dime, a drop, you know what I'm saying? None of that.
Speaking of drops, we need drops, all right? All right, make sure we get some drops from y'all, Dad.
So in my opinion, I was like, this is crazy. So why wouldn't we be helping our own to climb the ladder? You know, and my expectation was always the success. Like, you got to remember, like, from the Bump Days to the LEPs to the Global Gangsters to the, I don't know, man. I didn't help so many people, man.
Lupe, King Louis.
No, I helped that situation, fix that situation.
That's why I named it.
No bread on the back end. Ain't nobody reached back like, man, dude, I really appreciate what you did for me.
Just genuine though.
But I ain't been expecting it.
It ain't about expecting that though. You supposed to be a player, come back and holler at them. Period.
They don't ever do that.
You supposed to do that.
But
though.
I don't care.
It ain't about you caring. It's just about.
Anybody ever come back and look out for you?
As far as giving me money, no. They'll just help me as far as if I need support. Yeah, favors. I always do that. No, it is. Yeah, no, definitely. It comes back.
I mean, homage is homage, however you do it, but that's how we rock.
I think I was always mindful, even though, you know, on the DJ side, I was trying to do what I was doing as a DJ and facilitate being able to help people. Like, I look back at it when we created Nation Business, I was like, you know, Atlanta has gangster grills. East Coast, technically, you got Funk Flex and We the Best and DJ Clue. You got their mixtape brands working for them. I was like, Chicago don't have a mixtape brand. So that's why we created Nation Business. It was like two different guys, 2 sides of town, 2 different sets, obviously. You know what I'm saying? They're like, let's do this. And I put that into mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think kind of helped me was like, artists was like, man, I'm on the V-Dubb tape. And then I would put the tapes out for free. Because most DJs do what? Charge you for slots. I've never charged artists for slots on a mixtape either.
And you know what's weird? I always told artists to go through V-Dubb. And the reason why I said that, you know, they'll have the money. I just felt like it was more genuine.
Yeah. Now, hosting your tape, yes, I'm charging. Yeah. But the tapes that I put out on my own with like 10, 20 artists, I never charge for slots.
So is that what Nation Business exactly is? What exactly is Nation?
Nation Business is a mixtape brand, but us in Chicago, we feel like it is what, you know what I mean? Like I said, it's 2 guys, like my man School, shout out to School. You know, he from the Pole, North Pole, he a GD, obviously I'm from 87th Street, King of College, everybody know that. So you got 2 people came together to do this, why can't the rest of the city do it? Because your Nation Business is Kings, Spice Lord.
So that was leading into my next. So Steve, what's your opinion? Like why do you feel? Why do first of all, do you think it's hard for Chicago to get over certain humps as far as fashion brands, like making it
For fashion or for music?
nationwide. Both, like any business that you feel like Chicago is.
The problem is with now it's the internet. The internet's the stage. So it's like you're on the spotlight. Like, okay, they just killed your man or they're dissing your man. So it's like if you don't stand up for yourself, oh, you a bitch or you a pussy, and it's harder, you know, especially with the music, because I kind of feel like they're like pressured to like, man, we got to do something or say something. Like we can't just stay quiet and be like, oh yeah, rest in peace, and it is what it is.
Because it don't blend in the culture we create. Fashion, we've been breaking through a little bit because Virgil, right? Would you consider that?
Yeah. No, you got Virgil, you got Jay Boogie, you know, Kanye,
Chicago King
Yeah.
Dave, you got Fashion Geek Zoe,
Yeah,
you know
all
what
of
I'm saying?
them. No, there is.
Some good guys. And speaking of music, what's TVMG? I know you got like
Yeah, I work with them. It's Tunnel Vision Music Group. They just opened up a studio on Western and Ogden. Yeah, so they're doing a little bit of everything. Like they're signing artists, they're putting money behind artists, and most of it's in Chicago in-house.
Okay, so who like the main artists over there right now? Y'all looking for artists?
Yeah, they're still going through it because, you know, nowadays a lot of artists don't understand the business. So that's like the biggest problem with a lot of Chicago artists. So they don't understand, like in the music business, a lot of it's an investment. And so they start counting the money that they start seeing out, but they forget about all these days, like we're buying you outfits, for studio sessions, your video, you know, your feature, you know, the DJ to play, whatever the case, or host. So that's the biggest problem I feel like with a lot of these up and coming artists. They don't understand business at all. You know, like Lyrical, yourself, all you guys, V-Dubb, you guys worked with a lot of people early on that became stars. And I feel like if they were like business savvy and smarter, probably they could have, all of us could have got rich with them. You feel
Well,
me?
you know, I hold people responsible in them camps. You know what I'm saying? That got these artists like this, probably doing the management and everything. There's got to be some mentoring going on there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's not going on at all.
But they gotta want to listen as well.
But my thing is, they can't listen to what they ain't never heard of. Because these people
People be
aren't even
afraid
bringing
of
it
what
to
they ain't never.
No, they're taking advice from people that don't know anything about business. That's true.
But them the yes men, them be like the yes men.
Yeah, but it be several grown. It's some. You know, I'm 52, but we talking about people still in their 35 to 40, 46, 40, whatever. And I know where they're from Chicago, that they facilitated a lot of artists getting someplace. And basically, they facilitated it for a check. Well, they could have spoke up, told them how to, like you said, bring back structure. You got to speak on it, man. Hey, you can't carry yourself that way, do this, that. You know, it's like, I'm just keeping real. Ain't no way we should have people turn into that level of a dope fiend when you become an artist and finally get money. Somebody should be steering you away from that, speaking up on something. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. It's like they get to
They
the
let
top.
the fame and the internet popularity get to them.
Fiend. We ain't talking about no. I'm talking about complete dope fiend.
No, I'm
man.
with you.
But you still making money off of it.
I mean, I've dealt with that.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of them, when you
They
tell them
benefit off them being dumb.
Man, that's the. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the name of the game, if you can trick them, you can beat them. You know what I'm saying?
but back in the day, brought back that structure. Hey, man, somebody need to be on the wall.
Pumpkin head.
Something that a lot of artists
3
don't
minutes,
know
long as hell
is
too.
I've seen just in my life that a lot of artists get managers and they think the manager is like P.
Supposed to pay for everything.
So he's supposed to pay for everything. Really, in my mind, I thought a manager is supposed to get paid for their work. They're really not supposed to be putting no money into no artist's career.
Everybody does. Everybody chips away.
It seems like today, even yesterday and 10 years ago, artists always think like, yeah, Dave, my manager. He putting all the money in. Bro, I ain't signed up for that. Then when you don't want to put money and stuff to artists, oh, he broke, she broke. Oh, they can't. Then you fall out with them.
A lot of artists to this day begging me to manage them. And I tell them, bro, I can't do it. I got a wife, 5 kids, 3 dogs. Yeah, I manage home. You know what I'm saying? I manage
So
home.
what do that entail being a manager? Like,
I mean, you basically like babysitting. Like
There it is, yeah, in Chicago.
they problems become yours when you give it an artist that really don't have a buzz. Then when you get an artist that get a buzz, I don't care if they big or they small, they problems become your problem.
And besides that, sometimes basically the artists all come to you with a whole list of enemies already up front. Yeah. So now, as a manager, how you gonna deal with that? Steer them away from going back to it.
Because you backing him up, they might get to you to get to him.
And my management duties, I found out, number one, you have to have something to manage. And number two, I had a hard problem because exactly what he just said, the people I was surrounded by, I couldn't really take a picture and promote him because it's like, I don't even know him like that, but I know him well enough to push him for the business side, but his ops like, we can't catch him, this is homie.
Yeah, by me being in the like I got friends in I got friends in the industry, and I'm like, by me being in the nightclub life, I got a stage in my, you know what I'm saying, my venue. They be like, put me on stage. I'm like, nah, you gonna get my club shut down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you gonna get my club shut down, like shot me out. Like, I'm like, nah, we gonna have to shoot our way up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think like a lot of artists in Chicago cut off, you know what I'm saying, to every part of the city. Like y'all said, like y'all said, Bump, he connected with boom, boom, boom. Well, that gotta be strategic when you start your career. I mean, before you even start getting into bullshit with niggas,
it's gotta start.
It gotta be like, I want to fuck with South Side, West Side, North Side, you know what I'm saying? Or who are we promoting you to? The same people out south? Like they synced you 100 times already.
These young
you know
folks
what I'm saying?
they using the rap and social media to bring out more foolishness. They ain't using it to calm nothing down, bro.
So, just fueling it.
Yeah, they just fueling it. So
Like they just let the GDs in the dough.
I tell them, email me, send them an email. Like, you know, I used to be in every studio across the city, going to people's houses, cribs, if it was in the closet, in the attic, because I was thirsty for like that good music, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But now this music can get you killed. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I just say, man, email it to me.
And the music nowadays doesn't have longevity. No. You know, years ago, songs were on the radio 9 months, a year. You know, now it's like 3 weeks of year. Like, I don't want to hear this shit.
Making 3 month music, we playing songs
there's no
for one
longevity.
person in the club.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, and that's facts, because I remember when Chameleon there, see, you in radio, so I know you remember this, but Chameleon and Keisha Cole was pushing singles for 2 years to go platinum.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was still fire in the club for
then,
2 years.
You know, when you're thinking way back from you know, my White Tee and all that, you're talking about songs that were worked in the South for probably over a year. Mm-hmm. Before they made their way up here, they got popping down there last year before last, and it just became something to even hear up here.
I felt like Envy Me was like that song, because Envy Me was a hit here with Cowboy. And then it kind of like caught on elsewhere later. That was like, no, I know, but that was like the last song I could think of.
Yeah. I ain't like that song either.
But again, it's 3 month music, man. These artists, they go so crazy with their first singles. It's so dope and go so hard. They lose their mind, the management lose their mind, the label making money off of them, and they can't make another one.
So what's stopping Chicago from getting over this hump? Because I feel like we create the wave every time, but we have 1 millionaire or 2 millionaire. New York could go do drill, then they got 30 millionaires off of something we create.
While we are gang banging in the music and on the street, they doing business. Yeah. New York has taken the whole style. And they about to run. They got a whole drill thing that they.
I see them coming.
Now the UK too. Now they done took it.
I see New York coming.
They got over in Africa. They drilling.
Yeah, that's facts.
And it's hard.
It's big. It's facts.
It's big. We still beefing and clowning and buying expensive underwear and gold shit. We fucked up.
But do we got any But here's the question: like, do we have any leaders like QC? In our city,
No,
you know what I'm saying? Do we?
Kanye could have came here and made an impact.
So that's
No, a bunch of
he
people.
could've.
Well,
That's why I don't like. That's kind of like, you know,
There's certain people that could have. He's definitely one of them.
before you say
anybody
come here,
who left Chicago
was
and
just
didn't
about to
come
say,
back,
no.
Anthony Davis, any star, like, I got a beef with you,
People
period.
didn't need to
Like,
leave.
you too. You could have came here. You could have.
Shit, even Jordan. You don't think if Jordan sat down with these kids, they would listen to him? For real.
But you got people that were in music early on the production side who went on and became other things that didn't have to leave.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they were already producers who were good with labels that wound up becoming A&Rs at labels and all this stuff. They didn't have to leave.
But it's nothing here. We don't have like a office or
Like a
exclusives.
baseline, like a baseline.
You don't
Like,
need
go
it.
to
Acres,
You-
Michigan to go
But
to
you don't
Denver.
need
That's
it.
what I'm saying. We don't
You
have
really-
nothing here.
You really don't need it.
No.
No, because what A&R is flying out to a city anymore? You two, as an artist, when artists come to New York or whatever, and you tell them your name, who you are,
They check you out on
man, all I gotta do is Google you.
out, yeah.
You telling me you hot, I look up and you got
YouTube,
you got
SoundCloud.
1,500 views on your video.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
facts, though.
So I don't even have to leave New York. So it could have been the same thing from here. Anything we were producing from here, we could have kept adding to it. We got some of the best. People don't even realize who be in Pressure Point Studios some nights.
No, it be.
It be people fly in here. It'd be like platinum, super platinum artists go do something upstairs and get back on the plane.
Yeah.
And it goes on all the time because we got the best studios. We got some of the best people mixing down the music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? By far, we got the best DJs.
No, we do.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to DJ V-Dubb.
You know, but at the end of the day, it's about people leaving because they want to get on away from here, either because they're scared or they did some bad business. You know what I'm saying?
That's most of it. That's most of it.
They
Yeah,
did some
that's
bad
most of
business
it.
and they fly
That's
up
most
out of
of
here
it,
and
to
they
me.
scared. You know what I'm saying? And then they used to be protected by such and such and this and that. Now I done got in so many different situations where I done had to call somebody like, are y'all still protecting him? Because I'm on him right now. You know what I'm saying? That's how, and we talking about a major player that you all would realize that I had to make that call. Shorty Capone and Chili, matter of fact. Like, is this over with?
Right.
Because I'm about to be on his ass. So you know what I'm saying?
You know what, I always look as Chicago couldn't get over because we the middleman in every fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't got like Miami, they got ports, and you know what I'm saying. Like New York, they got it's in and out.
Yeah, but
going
we
on.
got what they ain't got though. We got all the
We
hard.
always bang.
We got all the hard.
We
man.
always buying from
We
the
got the hard and the
suppliers,
dry.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Listen, think about
Like, we
this.
always
Think
been
about
workers
Chicago.
and
Think
never-
about the black person in Chicago. Where we come from?
Stony Island.
Heck no. Every black family here is. Do you realize that the southern from the south to here was the second Great Migration?
Yeah, the South, yeah, I agree.
So this whole place is full of heart and determination. You know what I'm saying? It's just we got embedded in money, and I got to get more than you. I don't like it when I see you with more. You know what I'm saying? I put a post up the other day about old guys at work who call you boss. And be like, man, if I had your hand, I'd cut mine off. Them the kind of niggas out here, get the hell away from me, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's the hating shit.
Yeah, cheap.
That's the hating
Calling
shit.
you cheap.
Hey,
What up,
big
boss
homie,
man?
I'm
Cheap.
not your fucking
Look.
big homie. I'm not your fucking big homie.
Right? So we made up out of all that. You know what I mean? But we got people that could have stayed here
But
and
we the
actually
middle.
did some
But
work.
we the middleman to a lot of shit though. Like,
But we the heart, like you said though,
like
because I was
but
grand.
that
though.
don't make no money. See, you scrapping for ends. If you the middleman, you stepping on each other's toes. But if we know this shit coming, whatever, fashion, music, it's coming in by the bolo. All right, we missed our beat with that one, but we know another train coming in. You see what I'm saying? Like
I'm to the point now where I tell everybody, have a backup plan, man.
oh,
I
absolutely.
ain't
Like Steve, because it's like you got your hand in
I'm an
some of-
electrician. I ain't about
Steve
to
got
stop.
his hand in some of everything. You got what, restaurants?
Yeah, I got shares of restaurants. I got the store in the South Loop. Got a food truck. You know, I do concerts, events. You can't depend on one thing, because
Definitely.
yeah,
Especially music.
So you got about 7 to 9 sources of income coming in.
trying to, yeah.
So you're a millionaire now, right?
No, I ain't no millionaire yet.
Yeah,
but it's like some months, you know, like I got good money coming in. Some months I'm losing. It ain't as easy as you think.
But that's the investment.
Yeah, it gotta be.
A lot of motherfuckers don't know business like investment, like where really going. Like this business, like you just said, could take a loss.
Yeah.
But if you got trucks that's going crazy, you know what I'm saying, down south, then you just keep flooding your business and to that other investment take off. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know. I got like a little bit of everything. So stocks, whatever. So.
I was gonna ask you specifically, V-Dubb, do you have anything you into that you at the same level or even more that you love more than DJing?
I'm a trade guy.
Yeah, oh,
I'm a union electrician.
oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
How long? Long? Like
I've been an electrician since '95.
like hood or license?
I'm a union IBEW electrician.
Ah.
Okay,
I mean,
so
he teaching his boy. Your
so-
son work with you
Boy,
and
his
stuff?
son throughout that.
I have 4 boys, 1 girl, and 2 of the 4 boys are now electricians too.
And a dog trainer, right?
No, I ain't no dog.
No, I gave him that
do my
title.
thing with the
I gave him that
dogs,
title
but-
because there's the one
so
little dog.
I push the
man.
trades to all the youth that I can. You know what I mean? Because
Trade, hey.
it's one of the
Trade is dope.
can't nobody take it away
Can't
from
nobody
you.
take it away
And
from
you
you.
got to remember that they didn't want you to have it.
Yeah, they took it out of colleges for a reason. I know
Before
some
that,
history on that
the
too.
actual union was made. They made stipulations to keep black folks.
Yeah, I
and
know some
Mexicans
history.
from
That's
getting in.
deep. I know some history
Yeah,
on trades.
I mean, it pays me well, very well.
I know.
You know what I mean? My wife gonna get a check when I retire.
And you DJ on the side.
Well, that's my hobby. I've been DJing forever. You know what I
Said
mean?
30-some years, right?
Yeah, but my goal is for all of my children to have income property when I'm gone.
So what type of responses do you be getting from social media? Because I see you be posting about.
DM is full of single moms. No, hold on. Let me get the right. Single moms with kids because they see, my son wrestles. As far as I know, right now I got the only black kid in Illinois that races dirt bikes. So that they see stuff and they be like, "What are you doing?" Or a lot of people ask me to get their sons in trades because they're 18 and they ain't doing nothing. Like I just tell anybody, man, I be like, listen, man, rap is you can probably get an MBA now.
For real.
Before you get
It's a
in
long
rap.
shot.
So I'd be like, if you 18, you ain't college material, you ain't about, you know what I'm saying, you done grew up in the hood, and you outside. If you at the gas station more than you sleep, it's time to make a change, man. You know what I'm saying? So you come on, get this money. Ain't nothing wrong with, that's the part about the bring back structure. There's nothing wrong with just making an honest living. But we young folks can't wrap their head around it because what they see on social media is, you know what I'm saying, the gold, the money, the drugs.
Our culture
You know what I
don't
mean?
put that's
And then we don't learn until we get to the joint. When
Our
we get to the
culture don't
joint,
push
you don't
that,
learn
though.
nothing in the county.
yeah.
You gotta go to the pen. When you get in the pen and everything, you be like, dang, now I found my daddy. You know what I'm saying? He got 20 to life. You know what I mean? So I just be trying to steer. So that's what's full. My DM be full of that. You know, artists too, but it really be a lot of people
Artists
like,
too, man.
they be like, man,
I got one question and we finna close out. What do both of you guys feel that we need to do as a community to make Chicago fun again?
fun again?
Fun again. Like the music.
Like safe again.
The DJ aspect, I don't think we're gonna get it back because I don't, just watching a whole crowd of people not dance is like mind blowing for me.
I mean, why do you think people not dancing? Is the music trash?
No, it's just on their phone.
Yeah, it's
that shit not cool.
it's not cool to them no
It's not
more.
cool with like
They're gonna look at you funny if you're dancing.
like
Yeah.
if a guy busts a move, then he got the girl.
The
at the
thing
end.
is, back in the
that
day,
ain't what-
I remember when some of the same promoters in the game right now that had all the popular clubs 20 years ago, they've just flipped the script. They just like, well, I'm doing strip clubs now. They just look at partygoers as bodies.
Yeah.
So for me, I would like to see somebody go back to the one-timer parties. But it would be once a month, but it had a dress code to it or it had a theme. Everybody came out with this on looking like that. And it was set up to, we gonna party. So I don't know if you all noticed, but back in the day, the club used to be full of people from 21 to 50. The club is 21 to 28.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I remember people didn't want to do the lounge thing until they hit 50. People going to the lounge thing now at 35. They're like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Sports
stay away
bars
from
now,
you. I'm trying
yeah.
to do something.
Sports bars now.
Right,
Nah,
so
for real.
I don't know
That's
what,
a fact.
I ain't got no answer for how to make Chicago
cap
fun
in that
again.
rap.
You know what I mean? I can't even tell you, man, because the music has changed and people's interest is it's just not the same.
What you
man.
thinking, Steve?
I mean, it's hard because, because everything's like a liability. It really is.
That's a fact.
Because you could try to invite everybody, put them in the same room, but I seen charity basketball games, people get shot. You feel me? So it's fucked up. Like you really can't. I would love to see everybody come together and just like put all the pride and bullshit to the side, but we're in too deep in it. That's the problem.
Damn, man,
That's all I
everything's
can
like
tell
a
you.
liability, though.
Go to the
That's
house
tough.
picnic, you're gonna have a real good time.
Like they need to get money, man. Like I think the youth need to start touching. It ain't gotta be a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Like I think if they get a little bit of success on it, then once you get success, once you knock like okay, I got my trade, you get confidence in yourself. Then when you get confidence, you go on to the next goal. You know what I'm saying? Now you got shit to lose.
Not on social
You know
media,
what I'm saying?
though.
Now you got shit to
Ball.
lose, and now you freeing yourself. Like, it's okay to go out and kick it and have fun.
But they gotta see an example.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
And that's what we gotta do.
The home they come
But that's
out.
what
That's
we
why
gotta
I'll be
do.
saying everything starting home.
But look, check out the reality, though. I go on social media, right, real quick, and I see Steve didn't know about his work. He didn't put in his leg work, but he got on Jay. Now I'm looking at his Jay instead of trying to work on what you saying, a good living. Guess what social media make you think? Oh, I need to hit a lick or do something quick to get to that. When they don't know the fucking work, they not understanding. He done put in good leg work. Like, he ain't just woke up.
Oh, hell no. I was selling loose squares, dollar ringtones, bootleg CDs. Like, I couldn't afford half of that shit. I'm being real.
I tell him, I unarm myself. I'm not the success, like, I deliver groceries. And then, like, they're like, okay, he one of us. Yeah, so if you're not willing to deliver groceries, bro, we ain't got no conversation to talk about. And if you think you better than me, that you can't do this, then you don't really want this shit. You see what I'm saying? Like,
It's social media. Yeah, social
They
media,
gonna be
bro.
working a job. They come
Yeah, we gotta show them that shit cool. You see what I'm saying? Like, every now and then I always post my grocery store picture of me pushing the cart. Yeah, that's dope. So you won't get lost in the other shit that I'm doing. I'm human. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I operate on 6 nights to host it. I have to be human. You see what I'm saying? So I think we as leaders, we need to do more disarming ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, I ain't that, like, you know
Well,
what
I
I'm saying?
tell, like, for the DJ, I tell them all the time, you are not a DJ 24 hours a day. No matter how you try to lie and portray that on social media. Some people, you go to a DJ page and you see nothing but flyers, posters, and the new thing is to put up everywhere you're DJing for the next like 2 weeks. So you look busy and like you on tour. And, you know what I'm saying? I got a residency in North Carolina and all this goofball stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, y'all, it's crazy. I am not a DJ 24 hours a day. You know what I mean? You come to my page, you see me, the wife, the kids doing this and that, whatever I'm doing. The dog, whatever I'm doing, man. I'm just like, that's reality. But you know what the crazy part is? They don't wanna talk to me on the front side. They be in the DM, and what was that you talking about with the local 130? I got a CDL. I want to be a heavy equipment operator. You know what I mean? I understand it, but it don't matter where you ask me. I'm gonna give you all the information. But a lot of times people are scared to publicly let you know that they trying to do something else with what they sell. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, man, that'll be.
It's crazy. Like,
that'll be powerful. Like all these apps that get money and all that shit. Like Amazon, go do something. You know what I'm saying? Here's $1,500. Go get you a little car. Now go push that app. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta show them that that's real, and that feeds you. You know what I'm saying? And you save a little money. That's why I told my boy, you save a little money, you can go buy the shit you trying to take out my closet. And well, you know what I'm saying? Like if you.
I'm trying to produce rappers, man. That's all I want. Rappers.
All right, man. Shout out to Steve from Exclusive. Shout out to DJ V-Dubb, man. We appreciate y'all coming through, man.